Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris, and for today's video, what I have coming through is this deep desire to find a resolution for the way that you're feeling, for the intensity, the emotions that you're being put through, that you're just having to go through. It's confronting, it's so uncomfortable, it's deeply disorienting. Like you are wondering, how can you possibly find a solution for this when you're in a place when you're trying your best and you're just deeply trying your best. This is where this little practice of faith comes in. Now, I know that faith and the way that it's explained and described, it's a little bit illogical and not so practical, right? But the thing is, there is a practicality to using faith in your daily life. It's the ability to navigate through your world, to be able to create magic. And the sense of magic is an internal experience. And even the word of magic is just another way of saying something is coincidental or synchronistic in nature. And this admiration for being curious about life and the way one gets to the other, that there's even two people that are doing so many different things and there's no way that they will cross paths, and somehow they do, and somehow this other person has the thing that supports them to move through what they need to move through. And the way that the world works like that, the way that nature works like that, the way that we human beings are at that nature and that we operate on that level too, you call it magic. And yes, there are there's mathematical understandings of how to understand it a little bit better, how to make it more tangible. There's quantum physics that also explains uh, these these motions, these laws. And I encourage you to follow which one makes sense for you. But this time of us discrediting one over the other, that's gotta go. That whole movement has to go. It's not about destroying one to create something new, because you can't destroy anything. But you can disengage from it, as it's shown in quantum physics. You can disengage from something, and it just becomes a possibility rather than a lived experience. And so this is what you're playing with when it comes to navigating through your situations, your problems, your densities, and addressing and understanding how you want to move through life in the way that it speaks to you in the highest way, that you want this and that, these ideas, these polarizing concepts, these polarizing desires. You want them and you just don't know how to bridge them together. That inspiration to bridge it together, that possibility for you to even see it, that is the possibility that you're tapping into. And so the more you keep focusing on that possibility, on these two polarizing ideas, inspirations, stories, and to bridge them together to create a the experience that you want to create, give yourself the courtesy of leaning into the possibility to honor yourself, honor your human, for it to be so creative and inspired to create what it is here to create. So, truthfully allowing yourself to create, to be childlike, to play out scenarios, to play out different and new scenarios, because you know when something is just, it's going to hit a wall, that it's going to bring up so much friction and contrast. You understand that. Now, I'm not saying that friction and contrast is what you're avoiding, because you do need that to be able to create something from it. You won't even be able to conceptualize something new and different if you didn't have that contrasting, that friction, that discomfort. Okay, so it's not about disowning and putting aside the conflict, but it's about getting creative, putting down, surrendering to creating something else, to seeing something differently, and that there is a possibility of something different, something new, that there's new systems that are available that want to come in, that there's new ways of being and existing that just don't resonate anymore, that you're seeing more and more that it just doesn't work, that it's causing more chaos, more harm than it is causing good. And at the time that it was created, it was the medicine, but you can't stay there anymore. You have to continue to move forward and grow. So truthfully allowing yourself to move towards something new, something different that is being asked of you. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you might need to put aside, take away the thing that gave you so much joy and pleasure. And maybe even separating, parting ways. And then you'll find that there is something that just brings you back exactly where you needed to go, and that you did have to part ways so you can see differently. Okay? And so, this difference that you're looking at, that you're playing with, it's truthfully honoring the way that you choose and wish to move through your life. It's not just something that you're creating outside of you, but it's also something that you are creating within you. Thank you, Goddess, for guiding me along this journey and path. May this message be of support and nourishment for those that are here to listen and receive this message. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May this message be of the highest benevolence to support and guide and direct souls along their highest aligned path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so I'm being asked to look at this sense of being betrayed, of being, it's not just betrayal, but there is this intense weight that is on you, and you're wondering, you're like, it's not necessarily, you can't blame someone else, even though it may have come into your world, into your life through someone else, but there is something about it that at this point, you can't blame another person anymore. You can't blame that person anymore. It's a bit of a truthful something that you're not looking at, that you're not admitting and recognizing what are the things that you have been playing through. What are the emotions, the stories, the limitations, the frequencies, whatever that is, you haven't been looking at it. I don't know, I had to pause the video for a little bit, and I just don't know if this is gonna be in alignment to what I've been speaking about, but it's, okay, where did you want me to go? Okay, so let's bring it this way, in this direction then. You're truthfully understanding within yourself the way that you can move, that you cannot blame the people that you have been blaming, that you're beginning to take a little bit of responsibility for where you are, and that you're getting inspired with the fact that you can create and do something different, that you do not have to keep repeating the same story, that you can change it. And this doesn't mean that you completely destroy and dispel uh, what you have and everything that's here. It's honoring that this is where you are, this is what created you. And if it wasn't for even any of this, that you wouldn't be creating the life that you're creating. And it doesn't mean, I'm not saying that that you're ignoring yourself and you should stay in that uh, really volatile place that just doesn't resonate with you anymore. Please use it discerningly. Please move about your life discerningly. But it's honoring the way that you are wanting to move, that you're wanting to change, that you're doing things differently, and you're making choices not out of obligations, but out of pure content, out of pureness and authenticity, and that you are looking at what might be the best way to navigate through a situation and to create differently, to move differently, to love differently, to speak differently, to even shift the dynamic and the parameters of a relationship, a dynamic, to saying that you're going to do things just a little bit different than the way that they have been done. And that it's time for you to create, and it's time for you to move forward in the way that you are moving about your life, the Queen of Cups. And it's truthfully honoring the way that life that you are wanting to live and move through your life, in the way that you are wanting to create life differently. I know I just repeated myself, but I felt like it was necessary to be repeating the fact that for you to create a different life, it is a choice. Maybe all that you need right now is to know that it's a choice. Whether you act on it, how you act on it, how it plays out, that's secondary. But for you to know that you have choices and that it is possible for you to have the very thing, to live the very thing, to have experienced the very thing that you want to experience. Whether it's going to be a short lived experience or something that you are able to sustain in the long run, or even something that you're revisiting again because you've wanted to do it. And so you're revisiting it again and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna look at this thing again that just didn't do the trick for me initially, but now it's available. So now I actually want to try it again. So encouraging yourself to try again, to make that dream come true. This desire, because it's still a desire that you have. It's something that you've looked at a while ago, a long while ago, and you're looking at it again and you're saying, you know what? I actually want more. I want to experience it. I want to feel it. I want to know what it's like. I don't have to have it right now, but I do still want to have it. And so you're also dictating the pace that it takes and the amount of attention and energy that you give to it. And also you're evaluating, that you're looking at where in your life have you been giving a little too much to, and you're like, you know what, this place, I don't want to give as much as I have been giving. It's not as well reciprocated as I thought it would be. And so I'm going to do it differently, and I'm going to take that attention, that energy that I've given there and put it in this place instead. And let's see where this takes me. Okay. So you're moving through, nope, she's not done. So you're moving through what you need to move through to progress through the pains, the struggles, the triumphs, uh, the limitations. I was gonna say delusions, but they're not delusions, right? We interpret them as, and we have classified them as delusions, but no, they're not. It's just a different way of processing and looking at life. And it's honoring the way that you look at life and the fact that the way that you look at life is not something that's wrong, but it's just, it's different. And that it's okay to have two opposing and conflicting ideas, and that there is a possibility for it to exist. I'm sorry if the lighting changed. I can't tell. But yeah, I apologize if the lighting changed. But yes, so you're looking at life a little bit differently and you're approaching it differently. You're also saying that, you know what, the way I saw things, it just doesn't align with it. I'm not gonna put my energy into trying to figure out why and how someone can think this way and why they should think the way that I think. But I'm gonna go more towards communities, people that align with the way that I operate, the way that I choose and wish to move about life. And secondly, I don't need to have everyone agreeing to everything that I like and want. And you know what? I actually like a little bit of the contrast. I like that I don't have to look at it on a day to day, but from a time to time that I can. I can be around it and to actually hold yourself responsible for the way that you're showing up in your spaces, to even discreetly step out of the rooms that you're in that just don't align, and also even to build the capacity to acquire tools to give yourself the space and the energy to move through conflicts and to build yourself, to grow, to raise, to build yourself, but which also teaches and builds communities and other people as well. Okay? So, if you are not going to be the one trying to find the solution, then someone else will, right? If you are looking for solutions outside of you, you will start to find those solutions within. And you'll learn that, you know what, you might need to go about and meet other people outside of you to find those very same solutions, right? That you can't be the only one doing it all by yourself. But also, not everyone around you is going to give you the solution, but it's it coming together, that friction, those conflicts, those polarizing ideas is what gives you what you are looking for. So I got two cards that fell out. The Ten of Wands and the Empress. And I feel like it's being read in this manner. So you don't know the weight that you're under, the creativity, the burdens that you have been carrying. You don't know what you have been carrying. And the beauty, the Empress, the life, the light that you are being guided towards. You're not understanding the full depth of what you are creating and what you are being drawn to. And so giving yourself the courtesy, the respect, the space, the environment to move through it, to find the solution, the space for you to resolve and move through the motion of the weight that you're feeling, of these, I have to create it. I have to do it right now. I have to find the solution right here, right now. That weight, allowing yourself to surrender, to come back into faith, to come back into magic, to come back into co creation, and to allow for life around you to meet you, to allow for people to meet you, for you to surrender, for you to receive. There is this balance that is being asked of you. Your internal soul, your internal creator, your internal co creator is asking you to surrender and allow for life to guide you and to trust that you are being directed towards the magic and the life that is here and available for you. Okay, so it's a bit of a shorter message today. Um, I truthfully hope there's a little bit of something that she wants to come through with. So, just to tie in everything, this weight and this contrast that you have been experiencing within you, this density of emotions and feelings, letting yourself process it and move through it in the best way that you know how to. When you are ready to resolve and look at and through the stories and the emotions that are here, let yourself look at it. Okay? Bring yourself the space and the time to process and move through it, to be moved by and through life. Okay, so with that little bit, I truthfully wish you guys all the best. I hope that this message has provided you with a little bit of solace, with a little bit of confirmation and understanding of where you are being directed at this time in your life, and that the direction and path that you're going on, you are exactly where you need to be. As you've always heard, you are exactly where you need to be. You are provided everything that you need to find the solution to create the life and the reality that you wish to create. And it's opening yourself up to receive the possibility, the potential for that creation to generate and come through and be a lived experience. And it's a gift that is going to be given to you in a way that you may identify as a gift or you may not. Whichever direction that Goddess Source is directing you towards, honor it, replenish yourself, nourish yourself, and allow yourself to be met at this time. And so, with that little bit, I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.